Hello and welcome to this Christmas Day edition of Eye on Port, the program where we bring Ghana's ports and maritime industry closer to you. At Eye on Port, we also discuss trading issues that have some direct or indirect effect on the maritime trade and port business. It is powered by Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and made possible by the Ghana Revenue Authority, GOIL PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link, Meridian Port Services, and Phoenix Insurance. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Viewers, the Certificate of Origin, one of the key documents that support free trading among countries under ECOWAS, has been made digital. On this week's edition of Eye on Port, we gathered a great panel of experts to discuss some of the deliverables of this new initiative and how it aims to support intra-Africa trading. Up next is that discussion. Take a listen.
If you can tell us what necessitated the launch of the e-certificate of origin in the first place?
The certificate of origin is the main document that will enable a community goods, meaning that a community good coming from ECOWAS, made in ECOWAS, to move duty-free within our community. So it's with the certificate of origin that you can prove that, and you can cross all the 15 member states with it. Now, we have decided that with the long process to acquire this document, it's time now to use the IT system to fast-track movement of those goods. This is the system that we have in our region that we call the ETLS, the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme that we have. So we use the electronic certificate of origin today to fast-track movement of goods and to reduce all the waste of time to authenticate the paper document that we used to have, and then to make sure that human being intervention is really reduced. So this is the main reason why we are now moving to automate this document, very important document for our community indeed.
What was the challenge, using the previous, manual model or the hard copy, so to speak? Were there any challenges that you identified that necessitated you to shift to the e-certificate?
Indeed. With the manual procedures, the economic operator in our community was to sign the document and carry it himself to the Chamber of Commerce if he is in an Anglophone country, or the Ministry of Industry if he's in Francophone countries, because we have two different structures. So once he carried the document himself to that structure, the structure will sign physically, and he will still carry again the document, go to customs in the same country, submit it for a visa for customs. Before now, the document becomes valid to export. But once he does that, he's now supposed to print that document and send it to the importing country, for the importer of the importing country to now submit it to customs and benefit from preferential treatment, meaning that to have the goods coming duty-free in the importing country. So you see how this process can be long and cumbersome and even frustrating, and at the end of the day create and in fact trigger doubt in the whole process. So in view of this, and to facilitate movement of these goods and reduce those cumbersome movement, we decided to cut human intervention with the e-certificate of origin. From now on, with the e-certificate of origin, we've automated the whole process. The exporter will stay in his house, sign the document in the system, send it to the structure in charge of the certificate of origin, Chamber of Commerce in Ghana, for example. They will sign the document and transmit directly to customs, up to customs now to sign it digitally and transfer it to the customs of importing country. So you notice that I've shortened the process from the manual to the electronic version. So now the process will also only be from customs of exporting country to the customs of importing countries. That will drastically reduce the fraud that we were facing previously, and indeed engender the transparency and the confidence moving the goods in the serene environment. And customs will not waste time in trying to authenticate the document, the certificate of origin that is at its place, because it has been already been done through the system from the exporting country to the importing country. And we created in ECOWAS, we created a hub. And it's in that hub that all customs of all the member states will be able to fetch the information on the certificate of origin. And this system is a secured system in place to enable all our customs administrations to communicate and have the right information about the goods.
Let me move straight to Mr. Authority, who is also online. And find out from you, I understand the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry was quite instrumental in the launch of this particular e-certificate of origin. Why is that? You seem to have placed a lot of premium on it.
Yes, yes. You know, Chamber of Commerce, we are the competent authority when you come to ECOWAS certificate of origin.
Right.
And when they started, we are part of it since they started about 3 years ago. So this is a very good opportunity for us to be there and also look at what is going to happen, because it's a very good platform that is going to help us a lot. Because, you know, before, when sometimes exporter export goods to another country, sometimes they will say that they have to verify the certificate before.
Right.
And that alone can take about 1 week. And this platform, it will be easy verifying it, and then the goods can be, so it's going to facilitate trade in ECOWAS region. So that is why we're part of it, and it's very, very good platform, very good initiative that ECOWAS has taken. Thank you.
Would you, that means that you are talking about the elimination of delays, you know, because you made mention of the fact that sometimes just verification alone could take up to 1 week, that's 7 days. And so, one, you are eliminating delays. I said I was going to come back and ask Madam Aissata what the level of trade, you know, within the ECOWAS region is. And since you are practitioners, active practitioners on the field, I want to find out from you, what's the level of trade within ourselves as ECOWAS?
ECOWAS, yes, we are doing very well, especially, you know, when you come to the 4 main countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal. I think trade is moving on well, but as Madam Aissata said, sometimes there are some trade barriers, and this is one of them that they are trying to remove. So we are trading, but if you are able to remove those barriers such as this one, it will help us to boost intra-Africa trade, or ECOWAS here trade more among ourselves better. Because if you look at the SMEs, sometimes SMEs, they find it difficult exporting their product because of these kind of things. But if you are able to remove them, and it's so easy, getting your certificate is so easy, the importer clearing the goods, duty-free, you see that it will encourage the SMEs to export more or trade more in ECOWAS here.
For us in Ghana, what are the expected benefits we are supposed to reap from the introduction and launch, so to speak, of the ECOWAS certificate of origin?
As mentioned by the previous Madam Aissata and then Mr. Ntiri, when you look at the automation, it enables us to process the applications faster. So exporters or the importers will have faster processing time.
Yes.
And then when you consider the cost of doing business, the movement of those exporters from one place to another for signing or approving will be eliminated. So at the comfort of your own place, you can sit, apply, and you be able to have it approved without that additional cost and then movement. And then it's kind of user-friendly in the sense that you don't kind of admit or face those challenges in terms of the movement, and the system too is kind of user-friendly.
We speak to people that are in Ghana's transit trade, and they tell us about the myriad of challenges they face on the routes, in the corridor when they, move around and all that. And these challenges are sometimes things that they think that shouldn't even arise at all. If, as a rational person, if you sit back and look at sometimes the delays that they encounter in terms of, just trying to rectify one document or the other, and all those things. I wonder, from your side, coming from Ghana, if you have taken time to find out what some of these issues are and how you are getting them ameliorated so that we can effectively support this certificate of origin for ECOWAS so that we can have very smooth trade. Because one of the overarching objectives, we are told, is for trade facilitation. That is why it's
one of our
absolutely,
roles.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at when you are talking about the transit corridor, yes, automation actually helps in some of these things, because there are times that maybe if a particular document, or you have a document that is not approved or signed, and you happen to pass it on to someone who is supposed to accompany the goods to another place, and it's found out at the other side that something has to be done, or someone has to approve it. Look at the distance that you've gone, and you have to come back. But if it's automation, the officer there will have to check it in the system. Yourself, you will see it that is approved or not in the system. So the officer will just sit there and approve it, because one of our role is also to check that the consignment at the point of exit matches what is on the e-certificate. So the officer there will do that. So yes, it will also enable us to somehow reduce those kind of complaints.
Okay. So let me go back to Madam Yamyogo and find out from you. Now, the e-certificate of origin for ECOWAS has been launched, thanks to you. We want to find out from you, have you trained and equipped the customs, administrations in the sub-region to be able to effectively help, with the processes and to ensure that the implementation is smooth?
Yes. You see, this. That we had the four member states as pilots state: Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and Cote d'Ivoire.
Right.
And indeed, we needed to have customs administrations with us to make sure that we work together, and we have customs cooperations and mutual assistance. So with these pilot projects since 2019, we've been able to bring them all together to create or to put in place this certificate of origin. And I must say that this certificate of origin, electronic certificate of origin, is based on our automated transit system.
Yes.
SIGMAT, that you should know that it's within the region. And SIGMAT is working already. So goods from one state to another is tracked. So it was easy for us to integrate the e-certificate of origin into this system, this hub in place already, to enable customs officers to get used to the system. And those customs officers or customs administration in this pilot project, you will notice that those 4 member states are the 4 member states that have different customs systems. So we needed to come up together and make sure that all the systems can read each other. And from the system, we can now extend them to the other member states easily. And those member states that were part of the pilot project will assist the Commission to train as well their colleagues.
Right.
So this is the next step for next year, where we are going to bring them all together and train them on, of course, the e-certificate of origin. And of course, it will be transit part because we have some member states some corridors where we have transit. So it's all in one. And we are coming, of course, with additional system, the transit guarantee system that is going also to be automated. So this hub that we've created is going to be central for all movement of our goods. The automation of all the customs system in our region, per se.
Have you given the countries timelines to implement the e-certificate of origin?
We've already worked on the roadmap. We've adopted we adopted the roadmap in November, with all the other member states. And actually what we are going to do is we did, in fact, try to know the level of automation at national level for each of our member states. And based on that, we will know where member states that need support from which area, if it's from the exporter to the competent authority that issued a certificate of origin, or from the competent authority to customs. So we are available to support all our member states to automate the whole system. And by next year, we should be done with all our member states. And we have tried also, we've tested the system with the pilots member states. I think it's working very well. So from Q1 next year, you will have the real goods moving between the 4 first member states. Then for sure we'll extend it to the other member states. We wish that by next year, end of next year, we are done with the 15 member states.
So viewers, you just heard from our experts and representatives from the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the ECOWAS Commission on the e-certificate of origin, which is supposed to promote intra-Africa trading. Now let us hear from you on the comments you shared with us on the subject. After we will go on break, return with more news. Stay tuned. This one comes from Abba Intakwa. She asks, will there be any targeted support for SMEs to adopt the system? Can the man from Chamber of Commerce help with a response, please?
If you need any help, we have office in Takwa, we have office in Takoradi, Cape Coast, Tema, Accra, Wa, Kumasi. So you can go to any of them, and then we'll be able to support you to do that. Right. And then you can also go to Ghana Customs. They will also help you to do whatever that you want to do.
Hi, Madam Aisata. How can the public track the progress and success of this initiative? Will ECOWAS publish reports or updates on its impact?
You can have it on ECOWAS website. And of course, we have our regional statutory meetings where we give the president of the commission gives reports on the movement of the progress of the work being done by the commission. So for sure we'll have it, and then you will notice it because you're going to start it when Ghana will start sending Ghana will start sending the goods to another member states, and you will do the work. You fill the certificate of origin from your house. You will know that we have started for sure, because they will not even give you room to go for the paper again.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243-690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
Welcome to the GPHA port of Takoradi, Ghana's first commercial port. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority (GPHA) has in its quest to position the ports of Ghana as the leading trade and logistics hub of West Africa, embarked on a massive expansion drive at its Takoradi port, the first commercial port of the country. This has resulted in a radical transformation of the initial 7-berth low-drafted port, which was constructed in 1928, to an ultra-modern port fitted with deep-drafted container, multi-purpose dry bulk, and liquid bulk facilities. The 16-meter deep dry bulk terminal is the deepest in the sub-region, with a total quay length of 800 meters. It is fitted with a combined 3-kilometer length conveyor system, which comes with a 2,500 metric tons per hour ship loading capacity, which has greatly improved ship turnaround time at the port. The Marshall Liquid Bulk Terminal is a fully automated liquid bulk facility dredged to -14 chart datum and equipped with automated firefighting system. The facility is fitted with 5 loading arms for gasoline, diesel, LPG, bitumen, and heavy fuel. On the container side, Takoradi Port's 16-meter deep Yield-Port and ATSL container terminal with a quay length of 600 is expected to receive container vessels in the 3rd quarter of the year.
Welcome back, viewers. It's now time to take a look at other stories from our local port and maritime sector. This includes the hosting of 2 luxury cruise ships at the port of Tema. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority hosted its annual Interdepartmental Carol competition under the theme Harmonizing the Joy of Christmas on Friday, December 20, 2024. The event successfully brought staff together, fostering employee inclusivity and a shared festive spirit across the organization. A total of 16 departments participated, showcasing their creativity and unity through inspiring renditions of popular Christmas carols. The director of the Port of Tema, Sandro Poku, graced the occasion, while the Harbour Master, Captain Bramo Oteria, led the Marine Operations Department for their performance.
2021, we thought it was our best year for volumes, but for the projections that we are exceeding the 2021 year volumes. So kudos to everyone, and we know that the challenges, especially this weekend, when people are clearing their containers before Christmas, is going to be tough. So the terminals and logistics, everyone involved, please, let's get together and collaborate and make sure that our customers get their containers as quickly as possible.
The security department emerged as the overall winner of the competition, followed by the Golden Jubilee Terminal as first runner-up, and the Materials Department as second runner-up. The winners were awarded cash prizes and trophies, adding excitement to the healthy and lively competition.
Security and Golden Jubilee wowed us all. We were actually excited by their performances. In spite of the busy, schedules and the rotations and everything, but they were able to do very well. I think we have outdone ourselves. So it means that we have to go back to the drawing table and see what other things that we can roll on for the next year. So we are still thinking about it. Of course, we are going to do the ECOWAS competition next year, but we already have very exciting ideas, because after the program we met with the judges to do a review, and they've given us wonderful suggestions for the next year's competition.
Participants and attendees demonstrated their delight at the initiative, which perfectly ushered the staff body into the festive mood.
We wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year! Happy Shabbat!
Ghana's growing appeal as a premier destination for luxury cruises is becoming increasingly evident as the Port of Tema welcomed 2 distinguished cruise ships in successive days, showcasing the country's potential in maritime tourism. On December 14, 2024, the luxury cruise ship Crystal Symphony made a notable stop at the Port of Tema, carrying 404 passengers and 96 crew members. The vessel's extensive voyage began in Barcelona, Spain, passing through Morocco before reaching Ghana. Measuring 238 meters long, Crystal Symphony is renowned for its world-class amenities and intimate cruising experience. Following its brief stop in Ghana, the ship set sail for Walvis Bay, Namibia, and will eventually arrive at Cape Town, South Africa. Right on the heels of Crystal Symphony's departure, the Port of Tema welcomed the seaborne sojourn on Monday. This marked the vessel's second visit to Ghana. Before Tema, the cruise ship made a prior stop at the port of Takoradi, offering tourists unique short excursion options to explore the country's rich cultural and historical attractions. On board were 251 passengers and 283 crew members, enjoying the comfort of the 198-meter-long luxury vessel. After its Tema stop, Seaborne Sojourn charted its course to Sao Tome and Principe, continuing its journey to the southern Cape of Africa. The Iron Port team had the opportunity to tour some of the world-class facilities and interacted with some of the tourists aboard the luxury cruise ships.
Well, they treat you like family.
They only have 2 ships, 2 small ships. So anytime we get on board, we always know people from previous cruises. So that makes it very nice. You get on board immediately, you have friends, have dinner.
And you know the staff.
Yeah.
And we've seen most of the places, and so we go because we like the ship and we like the people.
Yeah. We've been around the world many times, so we've been just about everywhere.
Traveling by plane is transportation. Mm-hmm. Traveling by ship, that's traveling. Mm-hmm. And everything is provided for, excellent service, excellent food, entertainment. So it's a very relaxing way for a vacation.
This cruise lines is like, we are very well known for a 6-star service. So whenever the guest comes, we try to know their name very nice. So if we know their name, we can give them proper service. And that's when they get to go back again and again. So if you go to sea, most of our guests are not the first time on this vessel. So they keep on coming every time.
The ports of Ghana by the middle of December have already hosted a total of 4 cruise ships and is expected to receive a few more before the end of the first quarter of 2025. Let us now turn our attention to the global stage and pick a few international shipping and maritime related news.
South Korea's Hanwha Group has finalized its $100 million acquisition of Philly Shipyard, signaling plans to expand into U.S. naval defense contracting and commercial shipbuilding. Approved by the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, the acquisition was led by Hanwha Systems and Hanwha Ocean, bolstering Hanwha's global shipbuilding portfolio. Renamed Hanwha Philly Shipyard, the facility will now focus on advancing sustainable shipbuilding solutions under the leadership of newly appointed CEO David Kim. Philly Shipyard, established in 1997, on a former U.S. Navy site, has built half of the U.S.'s large Jones Act vessels since 2000 and is currently constructing MARAD training ships, LNG-fueled container ships, and offshore wind installation vessels. Hanwha aims to leverage its expertise from Korea's Gwangi Island shipyard to expand operations into defense and commercial markets, supported by recent U.S. Navy contracts. The acquisition also aligns with Hanwha's broader strategy to strengthen ties with the U.S. Navy, having hosted senior Navy officials in South Korea to showcase its capabilities. With its proven track record and Hanwha's backing, the shipyard is set to play a key role in advancing U.S. shipbuilding and defense objectives. Negotiations are ongoing between a local representative of a Chinese fishing vessel and Somali tribal elders after pirates seized the vessel off Somali's capital. Reports indicate the pirates are demanding $10 million for the release of the 18 crew members aboard the Taiwan-registered vessel. Initially labeled an armed robbery, the incident reportedly occurred in late November, with the pirates avoiding detection by frequently relocating the ship within Somali waters. Unconfirmed reports suggest the hijacking might have been an inside job, with onboard security guards allegedly collaborating with the pirates. The EU's Operation Atalanta confirmed armed individuals were aboard the vessel but reported no harm to the crew. Since the incident occurred within Somali territorial waters, local authorities are handling the case while Atalanta monitors the situation. Initial ransom negotiations reportedly began at $5 million, with offers from the owner's representatives climbing from $300,000 to $1 million, prompting the pirates to double their demand. Operation Atalanta has recorded 20 attacks in the region this year, alongside numerous unreported incidents. While its forces patrol the area and promote safety measures for smaller vessels, this incident highlights the ongoing threat of piracy in the region. The fishing vessel, reportedly operating with an expired license, remains in captivity as negotiations continue.
For our Word of the Day segment, we will tell you what we mean by maritime piracy.
Maritime piracy. The International Maritime Bureau defines piracy as the act of boarding any vessel with an intent to commit theft or any other crime and with an intent or capacity to use force in furtherance of that act.
Today's health and safety tip focuses on staying hydrated.
Staying hydrated. The amount of water you should drink depends on several factors, including your activity level, health, height, weight, and gender. Drink water or other fluids throughout the day and increase your intake if you are active. Choose healthy drinks. Swap sugary drinks for water. You can also add a slice of lemon or lime to water to improve the taste.
It's now time to take a look at the schedule of vessels at the ports of Tema and Takoradi and at the anchorages of both ports, as well as those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rates, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. That's all for today's Eye on Port. We hope you've been informed and educated. Remember, all Eye on Port content can be found on our YouTube channel, Eye on Port. Subscribe, like, and share our videos. Thank you for watching and have a Merry Christmas.